Hello, everyone. Welcome to our webinar on Postgres performance and reduce operational costs. I'm your host, Annie, and today I have with me Semab Tariq, who is our Postgres Consultant at Stormatics. And yeah, he is going to walk you through anything and everything you need to know on making sure that your Postgres database is performing at its best. And before we dive right into it, let me talk about a few housekeeping items. So, this webinar is being recorded and the recording will be shared afterwards. If you have any queries or questions, please feel free to use the webinar chat box or the Q&A feature. We will answer those queries at the end of this session. And yeah, that's about it. Over to you, Sama.
All right. Thank you, Eddie. So, hello everyone. And yeah, again, we are going to talk about performance, which is, of course, one of the main concerns for everyone, and rightly, of course, so because a slow database can cost organization both money and reputation, and which no organization would wants, of course. Now, in today's session, we will look at a few key areas where you can or you should focus in order to improve performance of your database, or particularly Postgres database. I also have included some of the lessons or learning from our client work. These might also help you whenever you are working on database performance. So let's get started with a brief introduction of myself. So name is Semab Tariq, and I have been working with Postgres ecosystem for more than 7 or 8 years now. Currently, I'm working with Stormatics, and at Stormatics, we are providing professional services for Postgres. When I say professional services, I actually mean that we work with high availability, performance monitoring, backups, and disaster recovery as well. And in my professional life, I have also worked with the Enterprise DB and Second Quadrant, where I used to work mostly with the DevOps side of things, and mostly I used to build Postgres installers for community and automate the build forms as well. So let's just quickly go through our agenda for today. So first of all, we are going to understand what is database performance, and what are the important areas that you should know in order to actually work with performance and achieve high performance for your databases. And then we are going to talk about what are the key areas or key features that Postgres provide in order to enhance the database performance. So we are going to talk about indexing, partitioning, Postgres parameters, just-in-time compilation, which is also known as JIT. Then we are going to talk about some sort of query restructuring, and then we have some explain analyze plans as well. So lastly, we will have a question and answer session. So first of all, now let's try to understand what is the performance, what performance truly means, and what are the key factors used to measure a database performance. Now, database performance actually refers to how effectively our database can process our queries and handle the workloads. It really determines how well system can execute operations while maintaining the high speed and you can say reliability. Now, performance is an, of course, important factor, because slow query execution or resource bottlenecks can directly impact application responsiveness and overall user experience as well. In order to measure database performance, we can look at several key factors that include like query response time, throughput, resources, utilization, CPU, memory, and disk I/O. Now, query response time, the first in our list is query response time, which actually mean it is the actual time in it is the actual time is one of the it is the one of the most important factor that determine the database performance. and it indicates that how long it is taking to, it takes for a database to return a result after receiving a request from client. Now client can be your application, client can be your uh, 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 maybe you are connecting directly with PSQL and you are executing your queries one by one. Now, query response time will be determined by the moment you execute your query and the moment database retrieve the results for you. Another factor is, of course, throughput, which measures how many transaction or queries in the database can be handled within a given period. We can call it as a TPS, that of course stands for how many transaction per seconds a database can handle. So let's say if we say if our TPS is like 60 or 100 or 200, that means that our database can handle 200 transactions per second. Another factor is, of course, resource utilization. That is our important performance parameter. Now, resources can include monitoring. You can measure the performance of your database by monitoring the resources utilization, like what is your CPU usage, what is your memory consumption, and what is the disk IO, and what is the current state for your disk IO. Now, if any of these resources are overutilized, like you see your CPU is being overutilized, your memory is being overutilized, or hard drive, then it may slow down queries or can cause system instability. And of course, uh, by monitoring these resources, you can of course improve your health of your database. Now, here are few things a well-performed or behaved database should be able to do or achieve. Number one, it should be able to handle queries effectively, even if the workload increases.